fine.
Oh,
It's still not good.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. Oh, wait. We're live. There we go. You got music.
Dude.
You have music?
And
I gotta upgrade my camera, I guess.
Yeah. Now I'm all self-conscious. This lighting.
You're very shadowy, dude.
Well, this isn't good.
I had the lights that Rabel has, and I gave them away. I don't know why.
You know what it is?
Now I gotta order some more.
We talked about this, Dan and I, last time. I actually have shadows here, but because of the bookshelf behind it, you don't see them. That's it. So I don't know.
Can you text me the lamps you have again so I can order them again?
I have the same ones. This is what's bothering me.
No, you don't, dude. I don't know what you have. You look like you're taking mug shots.
What?
Yeah.
My face is a lot brighter than yours. It is a lot brighter.
Well,
where's your light?
On purpose.
Right here in front of me.
I'm like right there. It's staring at me. It's burning a hole into my left eye.
Yeah. Do you have any other lights?
We don't have the right lights. We have crappy lights.
Yeah. I've got a fluorescent light too. You know what? My lighting, even when I don't put my main light, like my official video light on.
Get this light out of my face. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care how dark it is. Right. It's just it's not in my face.
All right. Well, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, guys. Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Dan, you do look like you're in a dungeon.
It's all.
I feel like it's worse now than it was. Did you just turn it on?
It's Sesame Street. One of these things doesn't belong here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Whatever.
Well, you know what? We're gonna deal with it until I deal with it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. These rates, Mike. These rates are coming down. Yeah.
Rates are coming down.
Are they really? What is? So what is someone that's got like what's a norm? What's a good credit score? 720? Is that good?
720 is good. Mortgage perfect is like 760 or better.
All right. So 760. Someone's got a 760. They've got
rates are in the low sixes with no points. I mean, I'm most of the rates we're locking are in the low sixes. And in some cases with like stellar credit, the perfect scenario is always like 30% down, stellar credit, low debt to income ratio. You with a point or 2 points, you can get into the high fives.
Yeah.
So that's how they're okay. That's
what percentage of your people are like mortgage perfect credit with 30% down? Would you say come across your desk?
5.
Yeah.
Most people are putting down. I mean, the majority of people are putting down 5% or less.
Yeah.
I would say, I could probably give you an exact statistic, but I would say my gut feeling is 75% of the people are putting down 5% or less.
Yeah. That kind of surprises me. Even, move up buyers still putting that? People that are selling?
No, move up buyers are putting down either 20 or something between 10 and 20.
Yeah.
But more right now, for sure, the first time home buyers are the leading the charge for
for this market. Yeah.
For this market, yeah.
Dan, we've got we can't click this link here, but we have a light recommendation for you. So what I heard, and now I only use this thing right here. What I heard, you need 3 different lights. You need a light behind you to get rid of shadows. You need a light in front of you to light your face, and you need a light like from an angle. It's called like a hair light, so you define the shoulder and the head away from this stuff.
All right,
that's what I heard. I don't do that.
That's more research than I expected today.
Yeah, light.
I think I need. I have a camera I got to use. I just got to go dig it out. I need the light you just sent me, because when we did these a year ago or so, I looked fantastic.
Well, you still look fantastic, Mike.
I was very happy with how I looked.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember that. I don't remember you looking fantastic.
I can vividly remember fantastic was what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the 1980s.
Very complimentary.
Yeah.
But yes, I don't know. Rates are good, man. I'm looking at, like, if you follow the 10-year yield, which is very well coordinated or extremely, strongly correlated to mortgage rates. This thing started in mid-August, so August like 19th. It started its little climb, and it was like 3.7 at that point. Let me just do a 1 year. Yeah. It started its climb actually before that. February, it was like 3.3, and then it spiked in March, and rates jumped up to like 5, mid 5s, and people were losing their mind. It went back down. We had a little reprieve in April where they dropped back down to the low 5s, and then it's just been like climbing this ski hill all the way up to an apex of, what day was this? The 19th of October, which for me, nothing slowed down. We were busier than ever fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And then today it's at 3.9, and it dipped down to the 380s last week. And when that thing is in the 350s or below 3, we're right on 6% or under 6, even for decent credit borrower. So I think I think that with the Fed rollback, the second meeting in May is when we're first going to see a significant reduction in rates. I keep saying this: we're going to see reductions with little spikes here and there, so I expect them to come down May, June, July.
Yeah.
I guess my expectation is that they'll be in the 5s, and when they hit 5, I think you're going to have another refinance extravaganza for all the people that locked rates in the 7s.
For sure.
Some people in the high 7s, and even people in the 6s. The higher the loan amount, the more it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to have that. That's going to be a little bit crazy, and I think you're going to get a lot of those. What do you call it? My son is here. Yes.
You're picking up at Tyler's house.
Okay. I think I'm picking my son up at Tyler's house if anybody's interested. Care less that I'm sitting in my office with the light on and I'm talking to my computer. Children are very narcissistic. All those we lost the whimsical buyers, and I think those people are going to come back, right? The people that say, well, I could buy a pool, or I could buy that house that has a pool, and let's just buy the house that has a pool.
Yeah.
I think all those people will be back.
I think we're going to have a really good year, and I think it's going to be second half of the year loaded. I think.
Yeah. I think the first quarter will be, like it was, pretty normal. Fourth quarter for me was busy. Third quarter was okay. I think it's going to be a nice, steady, regular first quarter of the year. Take a little while to get going. But yeah, I think it's going to be nuts. My concern, honestly, is that we don't see another spike in prices. If you follow Barbara Corcoran at all, she's telling you home prices are going to spike again. And I tend to believe her. Who doesn't love Barb? But that would be my concern, because I feel like once the election happens, whoever is in office is now going to have, time on their hands if some muddy decisions need to be made. Yeah. And if we see another huge spike in home prices, then they're going to ratchet down the the economy again. So who knows? But 2024, I think, is fantastic. Yeah. I'm very, very optimistic about the outlook.
I can't see the home spiking. I know, rates are going to go down, home price. It's just, to me, it's just not affordable. It's just not affordable for first-time home buyers. People that are buying $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 houses. Hopefully, I don't know their finances.
In our market, that's a rarity anyway. But I don't know. The only thing I can say is, from a generational standpoint, the largest swath of buyers in any market is two generations, right? It's 25 to 35 and 35 to 45, and we are now entering in a generation of buyers who have a high propensity for debt. They really don't. Debt does not scare them. monthly debt does not bother them. And even in the face of some interesting job market, people that are not re-entering the job market out of choice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I hear you. I agree with you, but we're also, let's look at that at the car market. What's the car business is struggling, of course, too. But, car loans went to 6 years, 7 years. Is this going to be, are we a few years away from seeing the first real 40-year mortgage? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What is, I hear about them. What? Talk about that. Talk about 40. Is there such a thing as a 50-year mortgage? No.
There's no 40-year mortgage. What there are modifications.
Yeah.
So if you get in trouble or you have a problem and your loan gets modified, they do have the ability to push you into a 40-year mortgage. I don't really know a lot about them. I don't know if it's 30 with a balloon, but they can amortize it certainly over 40 years to make it affordable to try and keep you in your house.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna change something right here. So after this is over, I run this through this little AI clips program.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna clip it up. It's gonna clip it up into like TikToks and Reels, and in every single TikTok, like almost all of them, Dan's just sitting there like this.
Danny, in the dark.
I'm gonna have Dan smile right here, and then ask a question, and we'll see if the AI will take it.
I'm listening, and I'm so intrigued and so in the zone. I'm focused when I'm listening to Mike Rogers.
I'm focused.
I'm focused. So I hate how the camera portrays it, because you're right. And every time you start that clip, so when you send it over and I get in the email, it's a face that's what I look like, and I'm like, come on.
Let's go on record, Rabel and I, the Mike and Mike show, and agree that the representation the public is seeing of Daniel Senafante is not accurate. He is a fun guy. He does like to smile. If you could see him without all the darkness and shadows, he's very handsome, arguably the handsomest of the three of us.
Stop. Don't
Some of the best hair of any person I know over 35.
Over the summer, rather, you had it going on. You had the flow. I don't know what you did with it. You had the flow.
It was straight laziness.
We have a comment here.
Oh my God, who?
He's a very fun guy and a great bowler.
And a great bowler.
Yeah. No.
Oh, all right. I'll accept that.
Me and Mary Beth and James went bowling.
We can't have our entire audience have the same last names as us.
Well,
or the comments coming from everyone with the same last name as us.
All right, we're lacking the live viewers today. Normally we bounce around like 6, 7, 8. We've been like at 3 or 4 this whole time. So we're more.
Yeah,
people are gonna watch it tonight in bed.
Rabel does this. I'm coaching sports.
Tonight. These viewers are going to be, no one's going to sleep tonight from the excitement from this.
I would expect not.
This video here.
It's a fever pitch. Look at Daniel. He's at a fever pitch.
Yeah, he's got even the light shining brighter on you when you smile, Dan.
Weird, isn't it?
He's rocking the aggressive tan today.
Yeah.
That's just a filter.
An Army guy has tan clothing? I'm shocked.
Oh man, what is this turning into here?
You own some green too?
No, don't look at the previous shows, because you're not going to see me in green.
Greens and tans.
That's all I own. I mean, I own more.
I like it. It looks good.
Thanks, buddy.
We got another not related. Michael Point. So Michael Point, he needs to get on here. He is a solar guy, and I'm trying to get him on here, but he's afraid we're going to make fun of him, for one. And two, his company won't let him talk about his name, the name of the company. So we'll get him on a couple weeks from now, ask some questions.
We can come up with the name.
The public's clamoring to know about everything about solar, so we'll have him on. And I told him the first time we'll go easy. We'll no making fun. Second time, everything's open.
Dude, just if you watch a show, just look at me. I take it.
Yeah.
Take it with the best of them. Thick skin. Thick skin.
So saw your video yesterday, Mike. You had some personal goals in 2024.
Yep.
We care to share personal goals. Is that
listen, any of us, I think, that are tied to real estate in any way. I mean, I don't know. Maybe this permeated everything in 2023, but my ultimate takeaway was that it was just a year that just felt like tight with anxiety and stress. And it was a great year. It was a great year for us. Our office finished, number one in our area region, not just within my company, but outside. From a personal standpoint, the kids were great. We had if I look back on the year, I'd say it should have been a good, fun, enjoyable year, but it didn't feel that way at the end of the year. It felt exhausting. And I realized a lot of it just had to do with where my mental health was. And I wonder if that isn't everywhere. I don't know. So I just took the week off between Christmas and New Year's. I was just thinking, like, what do I want to do? Like, how do I make 2024 what I want it to be? So I'm busy. I got 4 kids. I run this business. And so I was really trying to come up with stuff that was small that I could do that would make a big end result at the end of the year, right? Try to take me from this path, just a little tweak, and then end up over here. And so the personal goals are, one was to take care of my personal health first, not to wait, not to do it later, not to do it, I'll do it tomorrow, but just that's my first thing out of the chute. So there's 2 things I do. I commit myself to having coffee with the wife every morning. It just like forces us to talk about things and just like talk about our day and everything, because you guys have kids. You guys are going 1,000 directions. Your spouses are going 1,000 directions. It forces that. It's just a half hour time, but it's become a good routine. The second thing was getting downstairs. With all the stress, I let a little of my just health get away from me. I got into real good personal health and mental health a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, year and a half ago. And I let it all slide in 2023. I don't feel great physically. And I'm like, you know what? I just want to get back on top of that. So I'm committed to a little routine in the morning, just a half hour. And I said, listen, even if I just make it into my basement wearing running shoes, if that's all I do, it's a victory. Yeah. Very, very small. So it was that first. The second thing was to delegate. I've got a real bad habit when I get stressed of micromanaging everything and everyone. Micromanaging at home, micromanaging my kids, micromanaging staff here at the office, my beloved Stephen, micromanaging everything. And that just create this ball of stress? And I'm like, no, I mean, everybody around me is better at things than I am. Just delegate it and do my job and not worry about it. So that was the second thing. And then the third thing was ultimately just the mental health, just to make sure that I'm taking a break and I'm focusing on the family and I'm not becoming one-dimensional, that I'm just eating, sleeping, and drinking what I do for a living. And instead I'm putting it aside, I'm taking the phone, I'm putting it away, and so we brought out all the board games for the kids. We bought this game called Shut the Box. If you haven't played it, it's fun. We brought out Phase 10 and Battleship. And so I'm 4 days in, but I'm hoping I stick with it.
We broke out a game called Quirkle a couple of years. We had it here. It's worn. I don't ever remember playing it, but we broke it out, learned it. The kids really have a good time with it. Fun game.
Man, I'm amazed at how your kids and my kids are the same age. Danny's kids are real little, but I do the same thing. I end up letting the screen be the babysitter, and it's just more convenient or whatever. And yes, it's a little bit of a fight. Like, we're going to sit down and play, but 5 seconds into playing Quirkle, which we play also, or anything else, and they love it. It's a good time. I feel better about it. So anyway, those are them. That's it. Personal health first, no micromanaging, delegate, and then family focus so that my mental health is better.
Yeah, I actually was just talking to my wife about the same thing this morning. We're headed tomorrow to Florida for a couple weeks. And I always get pretty heavy. We travel a lot, but I get pretty heavy travel anxiety about like I'm leaving things undone. Now the reality is, like, work wise, I'm going to be able to get a lot more done down there when I'm focused and I don't have 1,000 different things that I'm trying to do. But I always feel like I'm letting people down. Like I'm letting my family down. I'm letting Dan down. I'm letting my tenants down. I'm letting everybody down. I always feel like, and I know that when I treat myself better, when I'm eating better, when I'm exercising, when I'm properly hydrated, I feel so much better. I get so much more done. Yeah. And so I have a list. We're leaving like, I don't know, 15 hours from now. And I have a list a mile long. And this morning, so last month, December, Dan committed to running 100 miles.
Oh my God, I heard about it today.
And his end of year post, he said, like, who's in? So I'm doing it this month, January. So this morning I did 7.1 miles.
What?
Yeah.
Outside?
Yeah, 7.1 miles outside this morning. Yeah.
You logged some. That's good.
Yeah.
A
little bit ahead. So
hey, you get a break. You have to give yourself a break. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I love it. That time that you're doing with that traveling with the family in the crazy box you tow around. But that stuff you'll never get back. You know what I mean? You'll never get it back. Yeah.
Your goals are pretty much completely in line with mine for this year. I kind of break them down monthly rather than yearly because it's tough to stick to something for a whole year, but I can sprint hard for 30 days and then kind of tweak and focus on something else. That mental health aspect, the balance with the family, shutting off. A lot of times it's, my kids go to bed late. They're like 9:30 and
we start at 8:30, but it doesn't end until 10:30.
Yeah. 8:45, 9 o'clock. I'm still trying to get something done work-wise, or at least I'm thinking on work. My mind's on work, and I'm not being productive on work at all at 9 o'clock at night. But that's where my mind is, and I actually started. These aren't really New Year's resolutions at all. I actually started on Thanksgiving, a little bit before Thanksgiving, working out every single day. I've worked out every single day since then. I'm not going crazy. I'm not setting personal records or, anything like that, but I'm getting in my daily minimums every day. I feel probably better physically than I have in 4 or 5 years after like 6 weeks right now. So
yeah, that's great.
Just do a little bit, keep it up, and go from there.
Yeah, I was talking to Dan about this morning. I actually had this line. I don't know if it's true or not. Something has been swirling around in my head that for me, this isn't for everybody, it's just for me, that discipline will lead to happiness.
Yeah.
And I think for me, what I mean by that is when I've tried to live on motivation changes all the time. Anything can take motivation away in a second. You can get knocked off of motivation really, really quickly. But just a little bit of discipline, and then you're doing it. You're downstairs. You're not making the excuse. And so that's the only other little the baseline that I'm trying to tell myself is that when I am disciplined and I'm doing little stuff, man. I'm trying to go downstairs for 25 to 30 minutes. And I've got a elliptical down there. I've got a bike down there. And then I've got just body weight stuff. And even when I just do that, I enjoy the sweat and I just feel a lot better. And for me, it does prove to be true. A little bit of discipline makes me happier, but I don't know. That's where my struggle.
I think
I'm great when the lights go on. Let's go. But I'm better when I have a little bit of discipline.
I think the discipline is what keeps the motivation going. Yeah, you're right. As soon as you get motivation, it changes. Rejection for me is like the thing that knocks me off a motivational pedestal. It's like, yeah, let's go. And then I get the first no. I'm like,
yeah,
okay, well, this sucks. I'll never do this again. But like knowing, if you go into a discipline, knowing it's like, take the few no's. Because I always live by the, I think Grant Cardone or somebody said, and I can't remember who, how many no's are you away from the yes that's going to get you, whatever your goal is, the $1 million, the $10 million, like how many no's are you away from that? And it's like, I could be one no away. And if I give up, then what's the point?
Yeah.
So
I heard that.
motivation going, man.
So I heard that line before when I was in my 20s, and I met this guy at this bar, and he was just, kind of drunk, and he's just going up to every third girl, and he would just ask her right away, "Do you want to come with me? You go home with me?" And it was no. And so I'm like, "What are you doing?" I'm tapping on his shoulder. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, he said something about it. He goes, "Every no leads me closer to a yes. So I'm getting all the ones I don't want out of the way first." And I'm like, this is insanity.
The cubes on that guy to go up to the girls at the bar, though, it's like that alone is.
I'm like, I don't think he's executing it in the manner that it was meant to be.
Of course not. Yeah, drooling over a girl when you're hammered is not probably the best way to bring one home. But.
Yeah, you look like some kind of roll at the bar or whatever. I don't think he ever got any yeses. I hope he never got any yeses.
I don't know.
He's still. Well, the distance between his no and yes is a lot farther away than yours. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
One more thing on that discipline over motivation. I agree 100%. But I've been consistent to the point now that my discipline has formed a motivation in the fact that I've got like 40 days consecutive. I don't know how many days streak I'm going on. But I like saying I've done this every day since at least Thanksgiving. And that motivates me to do it more because I don't want to break that streak and I don't want to go back. I'm not doing stuff that I need a rest from. I'm doing something I can do every single day. And I don't want to. That's motivated me to keep the streak going too. So
yeah, but what's interesting is it's probably it's a different type of motivation, right?
Absolutely.
So the motivation I think that I'm talking about that's super fleeting is the fantasy.
Yeah. Oh
yeah. Well, by the end of this, I'm going to look amazing, but with the motivation of a little bit of pride, which is not always a bad thing when it's unchecked, or a little bit of embarrassment if people are like, "Oh, are you on your 51st day?" And you're like, "No." Or the ownership of your own work, right? When I put the work in and I saw the result and I'm like, well, damn, that was worth it. That's a lot better motivation than the fantastical motivation, which is what I tend to live on.
Yeah, that 75 hard stuff. That's what gets me. It's like everyone it does is 75 hard. As soon as they're done with it, it's like, so now what? And they're like, I don't know. And you're like, they just completely fall off. Not everybody. There's a lot of people who
they do 75 easy.
Yeah, it's like you're great for 75 days. Well, why didn't you kind of tone it down a little bit? Hello, why don't you just tone it down a little bit and keep it going for 150 days?
So that is exactly the thinking I had when I was trying to say, all right, well, I'm trying to do something small that I know I can do. It was like, I kind of said to myself, like, how do I build myself in like really achievable success? And maybe it's an easy way out. Maybe I'm copping out. I don't know. But I was like, I just wanted to give myself something small that I felt like I could have success with. And then, build on very, very small wins.
Yeah.
Which is why I said to myself, like, my first goal was literally, my mornings are tight, right? I'm getting kids off to school. I made a commitment a year ago for the coffee I just talked about and to make my kids breakfast every day. Because I got tired of, I would hustle into the office early before anyone got here. So I get a little bit of time by myself. And then I wasn't even seeing my kids until 6. If they had sports, most times during the week, I didn't even see them until 7 o'clock. I was like, well, this isn't going to work. So I made a commitment to do those breakfasts every morning with them. So I get up, I have that coffee, I make breakfast for the kids, I see them off to school. And I'm like, all right, well, that's the only time I can take that half hour from. So I said to myself, if all I do, like I said, is go upstairs, lace them up, put the shorts on, and make it to the basement, it's a win.
The dub.
Yeah.
Dub is what you need.
Go down there, send you guys some funny TikToks, and move on.
You sit on the bench press and you just TikTok.
Yeah. I just have a bench.
That's all you need.
This bench used to be in our mudroom. Like, it's just a bench. It's just an old wooden bench.
Whatever. Who cares? It's down there.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what matters.
Get it done.
Yeah. So anyway, I'd like to get sub 240, fit into some of the clothes I bought last year. I know I'll feel healthier.
Yeah, I definitely feel healthier, way healthier when mine is not so much a weight. It's if I eat late, I feel horrible. Like if I eat after even 6:30, 7 o'clock, I feel horrible. If I stop eating at like 5 o'clock, I'm fine. I'm great. I sleep great. I recover. If I pound water and drink it during the day, like I feel great. If I'm dehydrated at 7 o'clock at night and I'm trying to drink water because I'm feeling it, like I'm up 3 times in the night. It's just the discipline of doing things early. Exercise, eating, water, and
first of all, put some salt in your water. You need to start.
Yeah, can you send that to me again? I'm just drinking just the water. I need to get that. And please, it's not table salt. It's some kind of fancy salt.
Oh yeah.
What do you use?
I gotta check the brand. I don't know the actual brand name, but
Can you text that to me?
I will, because that's what gets a pinch, maybe a little bit more salt. That's what really like gets you hydrated. Drinking water does not actually hydrate you.
Oh no, I'm in and out as fast as it comes in.
Yeah, and that's what is that doing for you? it's nothing.
I don't know.
Drinking water and peeing it out
Makes my pee very white. Vitamin B12 is fun. If you take 2 of those things, it's like a great surprise later in the day because your pee is so yellow it can light up the room.
Yeah.
I call it pee surprise. That's what that vitamin is. Vitamin B12.
Well, that and the B's I wouldn't even go crazy about. It's magnesium that you should be.
Oh, I have that. I try.
Is that the one a day? Can you tell that I'm going to be 50 in a year and a half?
Yeah, magnesium is where you want to be.
Is that the one a day? Is that the
magnesiums? But if you're doing like a magnesium, some sort of fish oil, cod liver oil, whatever, and then some putting the salt in the water.
All right, this is too much. Just give me the salt. Just give me the salt. Let me start there.
Literally swallow the pill.
Cod liver oil, dude.
Huh?
I'm not getting the cod liver oil. I don't want any liver or cod in my diet.
I can't do it either. I burp it up. It's so gross. I can't.
All right, you guys. It's a freaking pill.
I just eat the fish. Just eat the fish. I like fish.
Let's towel off here. It's
just give me the salt. That's good enough.
Right. I'll do that for you.
You guys got anything else? I got
somebody that just walked in. You got another 2 seconds.
You got to go to Tyler's. So
yeah, I do. Look at that for a memory.
Yeah.
Is that from the cod liver oil?
Yeah. Oh, memory. My 5-year-old loves memory. These games, and he crushes me. He's 5, and he crushes me.
I'll try.
I don't think he's some like genius savant. I think I'm just old and I'm losing it. So, I don't know. Just say.
Probably.
I'll let you know.
All right, boys.
See you guys later.
See you. Bye.
Bye.